Alright, what's up? I'm X-Factor, this is Minecraft, and today I'm going to take a look at Minecraft Snapshot 13 Week 1A. It's our first snapshot of 2013, and it's also our first look at the new Redstone update, which I'm actually very excited for. It's going to be, this snapshot rather, is a lovely Christmas present slash New Year's present from the Mojang team. The first thing I'm going to take a look at here is the Redstone comparator block. What this does is it compares the strength of two Redstone signals. So if I give this one, it's power of 15 minus 1, 2, 3, so 12. It's going to look for a redstone signal that's 12 or greater. So if we say back here, it's not going to be the same. We're still too low. We're still too low. I think it's the third lever, so 1, 2, 3. There we go. These two are the same, so that's going to send out power. Likewise, if it's greater, it's just going to keep going up. I can do the same here if I give it a greater power, so this is 15, 14. It's not gonna do power here, but if I power this one, it will, or if I put another lever here, it will. The uses for this are pretty, at least from what I've seen, more or less, pretty advanced. Dinnerbone showed a picture the other night, I think, or yesterday, of a analog redstone, which was a binary to decimal converter. I was going to build one, but I just didn't feel like setting it up, to be honest. The strength of redstone signals is really important in this update. It's an example here of how I have this set up is, and everyone knows this, is redstone will travel 15 blocks, but the power of the redstone along the wire will also decrease as it goes along. Everything we've had up until now, it hasn't mattered. It just 15 blocks. But now with this comparator, it matters. And you can actually put this into use, the distance. And likewise, I could use this wire here and put lamps along it. And I'm sure people have seen this before. Not like that, I need repeaters. Repeaters. So these powers won't be repeated. This one will, because this powers this lamp, which powers this one. But if I take a lever and put it right here, all of them will be powered. Yeah. So a practical use for this, the simplest one I've done so far is we'll go over here, and this is using another new block called the daylight detector, or the daylight sensor. This is using, again, redstone strength. Depending on how much daylight there is, we're at high noon right now, so it's really high. But if I change the time to, say, 12,000, the signal's going to go down, and this is how I have it set up. How can we show this? If I move this torch, is this my daylight one? No, this is the weather one. This doesn't work, by the way. I tried to get this to detect weather, but I couldn't do it. It may be possible, I might be doing it wrong, but I couldn't do it. And then I realized that it would be pointless, because you can just do /weather clear and then some large amount of time, and then it'll be clear weather for that long. So there's no point in having a weather sensor for now, as far as I can see. So how this works, this one here, is this one will compare this power to this power here. So as the closer I move this to here, the more sensitive the daylight sensor will be. So if I move this wire all the way down here, and previously when I set the time to 12,000, it changed the time right back, but now it won't. We're going to have to go a little bit farther, and I think this one is about 13,000. There we go. If I go to, what, 12,500, like so, it's going to switch right back. I can even go farther down. Basically, we're just saying how late into sunset we want this. So I think that's the limit right there. That's all 15 blocks. And this will go right into sunset, I think. Yeah. So that's how we had it. As the sun's going down, we're going to notice this redstone power will change, and the command block that I've set up here will just get activated and set the time back to, well, just after sunrise. So this is a very practical use in maps, I think. The only downfall for now is this long line of redstone, but I think in the future there should be an easier way of varying the strength of the redstone power coming through a wire. The next thing we're going to go over here is a new activator, redstone activator. This is something I feel should have been in the game for a long time. It is a block of redstone. How this works is, well, it's basically just a power source. You can't turn it on and off like you can a torch. With a repeater, it's not the same as a torch on a block, namely because it's movable. So previously, to do this, this would have been a block, and then you would have had 2 redstone torches down here, or 2 power sources, like so. Actually, like that. Is it better? Or not? Oh, right. Let's see here. Like that. That's how it would have been. But now you don't need that. You can seal up your floor and just put this block down. I'm actually not sure why I'm more happy about this block. Because, well, it's a new redstone block, which is great. It's an easy power source. But it also looks really good. There hasn't been a red block in the game yet, other than red wool and TNT, and I'm probably going to end up using this just as a decoration block, to be honest, as I will a redstone block, because it looks good. So yeah, moving on now, we have new pressure plates. Let's move on to those. They're made, and this is the first. Oh, you know what? I should go back and see. This comparator block is made kind of similar to a repeater. Repeaters like this. Comparator uses this nether quartz, which we'll get to, and 3 torches. You can sort of see that it has 3 torches, something in the middle, and then it's all stone like a repeater. Back to these pressure plates. They're just made with iron. This is the gold one. And gold, as you would make a normal pressure plate. And what these do is these... Let's get some stacks of items going on here. These detect how many items are on them. So this one here, you'll notice I'll throw 1 item on. It will activate, similar to a wooden pressure plate, but the power will only be 1. As I throw more items on, slowly but surely the power will increase. Now it goes 2 blocks, and if I keep throwing items on, it goes to 3, 4, and 5, all the way down. And this would obviously keep going down, so that's 45. It's about 18 blocks, I think, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to travel. I'm not exactly sure the ratio. Now the iron pressure plate is a heavy weighted pressure plate as opposed to the light weighted pressure plate. So I'm going to throw 1 block on, and that will activate at 1, but I'm going to have to keep throwing blocks on, and in fact whole stacks on, in order to increase it farther down the line. We go, and a little bit more, and there it goes. So that was 3 stacks of items. A little bit more than 3 stacks of items to travel at the same as this took 18 blocks. So, yeah. Now, what should we look at next? Why don't we go right here? Well, I'm going to go into this chest for first, and... oh no, I've been hitting the head with an anvil. So, this new block is the redstone activated chest, and you can see as I close it, right there in the middle, there's a little bit of a red notch on it. It's a little bit... also, this light goes off when I open it, and I have one here. It's just set up the opposite way. But it's pretty obvious what it does, is it outputs a redstone signal when it's opened. And yeah, I just have that running up to a piston, and I put an anvil on it. Like so, and it's a simple trap. If I pick this up, we get what's called a trapped chest, and yeah. Now, as long as I'm in this chest, well, I got these beautiful stacks of diamond and gold laid out, I'm going to show you a new feature. If I come in here and I want all this gold, normally I would have to stack it up like this, but not anymore. All I have to do is double click on the stack, and it all gets collected up. Same with the diamonds. Another thing I can do, if I'm crafting, say, pressure plates, which I can't do, or half slabs, even, because I can do that. Let's get some spruce wood here and go to a crafting bench. I can click and hold my mouse and drag, and that will create 3 even stacks, plus 1. You'll always end up with the remainder in your inventory. Likewise, I can drag all the way around to make chests, and there we go, 8 perfect chests. And if I don't want to do that, I can double click, and I can actually even do this. If I double click on one in my inventory, that'll take all the items out of the crafting bench to make a stack. So that's a cool new feature there. It's going to make managing when your inventory gets like this with all kinds of crap, you can just do that, especially when you're building and such. I think that's pretty sweet. Now, we have this new block. It is a work in progress, as the item tag picture thing would suggest. It looks kind of cool, to be honest. It looks like an upside down range hood that you would put over a furnace or something. But this is called the hopper, and I've been trying to play around with it. This will take items out and dispense them into chests. So it's doing that right now with all the items that are in it. It's also, what's the word? It also picks up items in its vicinity. So if I slide this items right down, it's rather finicky right now, which I think is why it's a work in progress. So sometimes blocks won't go in, like that one there, it's on top, but it didn't go in. But all the other wood has gone in, and I can pick that up. And yeah. Now I tried to get this to go into minecarts, which I think was an intended purpose, but I couldn't get it to work. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, or maybe it's another indicator as to how the block is a work in progress. But yeah, it also appears to be very directional. More at the work in progress. Like if I put that chest there, and redstone has had directional problems in the past, you'll see the hopper picks it up, but it stays in the hopper. It doesn't actually go into the chest. Maybe that's because that's a trapped chest. I didn't think about that, to be honest. No, it didn't. See, this one connects, sort of. It's got that extra little stem. I don't think this one does. No. Yeah, so there you go. Wait a minute. Is it directional based on the chest? That's weird. Okay, anyway. It's a work in progress. There's bound to be bugs with it. Whatever. Although... now I'm curious. Let's try this. Maybe I was just doing it wrong. Maybe. Okay, into the hopper and into the chest. There you go. Okay, so it does work. I was just... This one was wrong for some reason. Not sure why. Alright, I think that's everything here. There is no... As far as I know, there's no crafting recipe for this yet. But I imagine... Do I have iron? No, I don't. Let's get some iron. I imagine it would be something like this. Like a fork. But, who knows? Although, maybe it's the same thing with, like, stone or something. Let's see. Should have figured this out ahead of time, but... No. Okay. I don't think there's a crafting recipe. I love that. It's going to make things so much easier. Alright, for the last thing, now we're going to go to the Nether. And this is what I showed you before, is we have this lovely new ore. And if I take a pickaxe, And let's give it... Oh, I don't have an anvil. I think this is new too, is enchanted books show up where they're applicable. Oh, my thing is still working. So combat here, and they only have the best ones. You'll notice they don't have like efficiency 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. They only have efficiency 5. So yeah, and as far as I can tell in here, there's no other enchanted books. Anyway, let's just set my game mode. Game mode 0. And we can collect this, and we're going to get a piece of nether quartz. And this is what's used to craft the comparator block that I showed. It's not all that rare. You do get experience from mining it. Come down here. I found a couple veins already. Like you can see, it's pretty common. Maybe... Whoa! There's more over there, so yeah. You're not going to have to look very hard to find it. You're just going to have to go to new chunks. And is there any up here? Yeah. Okay. And the other thing that's been added in the nether is finally, very long awaited, is we're going to open up this furnace that I have cooking here. Is you can now smelt netherrack into nether brick. Hooray! And you can throw this in a crafting bench like so and get nether brick. Here we go. So now you can turn all your unwanted netherrack into lovely nether brick without tearing up strongholds. So there you have it. I'm pretty sure that's everything in the update. If you've made it with me to the end of the video, I'm going to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.